Miranda Lambert did have an amazing year. Her album For the Record produced hit after hit, and they were really different from some of her previous songs. Stuff like Mama's Broken Heart and All Kinds of Kinds really shows her branching out as an artist.
Both of those songs really spoke a lot to the way that people see her as this kind of slightly crazy but very inclusive singer, which is the thing that they like about Miranda.
But this ain't my mama's broken heart. I get to do Mama's Broken Heart, which is such a fun song. It's kind of it's a little bit of like a 3-minute time where I can act crazy and get away with it. So I always love that.
I don't think Miranda is the kind of woman to pretend that everything's okay when it isn't. And when she's mad, you'll know it.
And I think Blake Shelton should be very afraid, because now we have it on video that she can go from being prim and proper and sweet to being wild and crazy and out of control just like that.
I think Blake knew what he was getting into when he married Miranda. She's never been secretive about her love of guns and her not taking anything from anybody. So he knows what's good for him.
But this ain't my mama's broken heart.
She had All Kinds of Kinds, which might be the first mainstream country hit to mention cross-dressers, I'm not sure.
Thomas was a congressman with closets full of skeletons and dresses that he wore on Friday nights.
Just such a sweet, caring way of promoting tolerance. And then the video was just amazing. People holding up what kind of kind that they were in those signs. I just thought, what a clever way to underscore the points that she's making in that song.
So many of the stars are very, very hesitant to even state their opinions on those issues. So it is brave of Miranda to do a song like this, to do a video like that, and just saying, hey, I open my arms, country music opens its arms. I think it's a perfect statement. It's something that we need right now.
There's a junior high school in upstate New York that did their own tribute video to Miranda's All Kinds of Kinds, and it had like this real sweet message. It was very anti-bullying, and that led them to create a website, allkindsofkinds.org, which is an anti-bullying website.
They say I'll be okay, but I'm not going to ever get over you.
If you were going to look at one point in 2013 as a high point for Miranda, it would probably be the way that Over You was rewarded. It had been a hit a little bit earlier, but 2013 was when everybody really recognized that as such a great song.
I wrote it with Blake about his brother that was killed in a car accident 15 years ago. And then it's kind of been ironic because of the timing. It's my single right now, and we lost his father in January, and also one of my best friends from childhood, and a dog. And so it was just kind of ironic that this song was happening right then in our lives when it's exactly the emotion we were feeling. So it's very personal, but I think it's not so personal that people can't relate, because everybody comes up and tells me their story.
That's a classic. That's something that people are going to be singing and pointing to as a great country song 50 years from now.
Over you. We were sitting around the dinner table and we were eating our pumpkin pie.
There was a lot of high expectations for the Pistol Annie's second album, Annie Up. They really didn't let anybody down with the album, and starting with the first single, Hush Hush, it was just a great album, and in the video you just see them having a blast together.
So I think there was a lot of expectation on the second record, and I think they delivered. I think there was a lot of great songs. I think, you know, that it's an album that really conveys the three of them and their distinct personalities and their own unique voice when they get together to create.
Best to keep it hush hush.
I know that Keith Urban told us directly that he had been looking for a particular song for Miranda Lambert. He finally found one.
And so when he heard We Were Us, his first thought was, there's my song. There's the song I've been looking for with Miranda.
I think Miranda is really proving herself as a great duet partner with a number of artists, across genres too. She's duetted with John Fogerty, with Willie Nelson and Keith Urban, of course. And then she appeared in the Grammys with Billie Joe Armstrong.
For the Everly Brothers tribute on the Grammys, they wanted somebody that spoke to the Everly's country audience as well as the Everly's rock audience, which is why Miranda Lambert and Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day made a really nice pairing.
It's really kind of crossing genres with Billie Joe Armstrong and myself, and it's very cool to get to, get out of my genre and my comfort zone and sing with someone else. Hey, I'm Miranda Lambert. My cause is Mutt Nation Foundation. Started it in 2009 to raise money to give to shelters to help them function well, help them do more drops and drives, more spay and neuter, give them the amenities to stay open longer and eventually become no-kill is what we would hope for the whole nation.
Miranda started Mutt Nation. It's really her baby, and it's not something that she writes a check to every year. She's actively involved in every part of it, and I think she always will be.
It's one thing to say you love puppies, it's another thing to cough up to $250,000 and show people you do. And they recently did 50 Shelters in 50 States program where they donated to shelters in each of the 50 states. I think it's great that Miranda Lambert has branched out and is doing some other really cool things with her career, like the Pink Pistol Storage. She started in Tishomingo, Oklahoma, and now she has one there, in Texas, in Lindale, in her little hometown. I'm hoping she gets one to Nashville.
She's also got her new shoe line, which really, speaks to things that she likes and things that her fans like. They know if they're buying Miranda Lambert shoes that it's something that kind of carries her style with it.
She wants to be Miranda Lambert, the enterprise. I think last year moved her closer to that.
I think that there are a lot of people waiting for Miranda Lambert's next album. And when we heard the first single, Automatic, people are liking it. I mean, it's clearly doing really well right away. So I think there's a big curiosity about what new music she's making because she likes to take chances and break new grounds.
I think Miranda Lambert had a great year in 2013, but I think she's going to have an even bigger year in 2014.